Hello, and welcome to a compilation of every developer log. If you don't know anything about us, then the video link will say enough, so please watch it. Since our last encounter, we have spent most of our time trying to fix power-up glitches with apples and blocks. This is literally like the only thing we have been trying to do for the past few days. I hate that. Aside from that, we have been polishing areas of the game, such as making certain foods like chicken and sandwiches. Wrecking health, animation still need doing though. Functioning sword physics. Sprinting FOV added. Stamina code reworked too. Stamina nerfed with 100-0 being now taken within seconds compared to almost a minute previously. Just like that. In addition to all these changes, I have previews of concepts, designs, and more coming in future developer logs. An area for the school where the bus starts. What the game looks like on mobile devices. A design for one of our stories 2006. The asset pack which will be used to make the 2006 map. This. Slight bugs or viruses in minimal free models. Yikes. I wonder who can find him? Look at the little guy. A slight preview of what can happen if you don't pay attention to Jimmy as a final cut off. Sorry, development seems slow. Heck, this hasn't even reached 2 minutes. However, we are low on modelers, and one of the two existing ones haven't done anything at all. Wait, let's play a little game I made. Spot the difference. Let's go! That's right, we modernized the bus with new trees and structures. This is a before and after. We have also tweaked Jimmy's hoodie. We have also been working on revamping the side. This a little peek of what the revamp is. I know y'all want more of the bus revamp, so here ya go. We have added a 100-second intermission and moved our objectives to the right. We have also added classmate-like NPCs to the pre-run area.
What the dog doing?
Oh no, we have to get on the bus. Just kidding, we have a cutscene for the different areas you may experience.
This is a certified hood classic.
We also have some beta dialogue for the quest man. And here's a little peek of this school. A preview of the forest. A little creepy, but lighting hasn't been rendered, so it's okay. Might put on a filter to make it even more creepy. Here is what it will look like with correct lighting. The main reason why this is happening is due to us being kinda dumb yesterday. So we kinda messed up the atmosphere. Anyway, some extra brief points of notice. Block C8 has been put on hold due to issues with coding. We are working on making stamina a little bit slower. It's a bit fast already. Jumping has been disabled when stamina sprint is active. We are revamping new blocks' head. move testing items to inside the area but out of the border. We are also working on moving the sprint logic to the server side, but it may be difficult. Galaxy will work as an animator to make sure all statues and objects are moving correctly. Murdev is working as a UI designer, making sure all the UIs are amazing. We have also welcomed back an ex-scripter, Daniel Deckel. He actually recorded all of today's footage. Kudos to him. Anyways, we have been working on a mini story, extra if you will. This is activated through a very secret prompt. We shall play the footage. That was odd. Anyway, some creepy clown gave me this note. You'll just read it here.
I love you.
What the hell? Another thing we have been working on, our power-ups pre-game. Roll the footage. I got another note here, this time from Daniel. You can only take one power-up. You can currently choose Bloxicola or Blockseed only. There are barriers to stop you from going back and getting more. Time for quickfire. The 2006 pre-run area concept sketch by Dogahave. A sneak peek of the gallery. The finished note, made by Shaditant. Bugs, and even more bugs. You didn't think we were done with the bugs? On the good side, we have almost finished the first area, and a draft of the boss. Also, we have a group now. Join it under the @Thespiningdevs Roblox group and support the game, alongside donating. We have been working on the final fight in the bus. Here you encounter the boss and its small minions. The boss fight arena has finished development. We need to code logic for the boss and its attacks now. The Statue of Newberty. Ask, it's the Statue of Newberty. We redesigned the bus to look more like a school bus to fit the vibe and also meet the original plan for the bus. the 2006 pre-run map built by Shadatint. If you don't know what the 2006 story is, I'll read the description here. Whoa, looks like you've accidentally traveled back to Roblox in 2006. You explore the game, but something is off. Who's behind all this? Can you fix 2006 and defeat its greatest threat? We have a video here from Greenscape demonstrating the small guy's attacks in the bus. I just found a note attached to my desk. Let's read it.
Note: Extra 2 Classic Bus. This is a remaster of the very first version of the bus. It is not in playable condition. It will likely be ready to play in 1 to 3 weeks.
That was odd. There's an image attached too. This is the last one for today. I designed the pre-run area for the Celebration Noob Game Show story. Just to let you guys know, we now have a TikTok page linked in our bio. Also, what's this? It's our new picture series, The Spinner Chronicles. You can hopefully find a new entry every day on our community tab or on our TikTok once every 5 days. These will serve as teasers for upcoming editions, in between devlogs. This is something you won't see often through this video. Something working properly. Now, let's go into the unholy abomination of WHAT is happening, a new segment where I shall show all the bugs we have encountered. How are your brain cells doing? Mine are fried. Also, I recently got this question on TikTok. I already responded, but for an example, our team found this free model script and easily identified it as a virus due to its scripts. So we are efficient when it comes to dealing with these situations. We got a few screenshots from Shades showcasing some new stuff. 2006 pre-run map. 2006 East Crossroads area. The final design for the boss. Celebration Noobs Game Show pre-run map. A new main menu. As a close-off, Greenscape said I might be able to finish the missile attack as well. I added 2 noobs to the school shade. A preview of the weapon system alongside the forest monster killing you. Another preview of the forest monster. A peek at the stomp attack, sending shockwaves through the mantle. We designed the boss health bar. This is also a teaser for the boss's vulnerability particles. Shade Tint is starting to learn scripting and made an enemy chase script for NPS. I think we are back. That was odd. Never seen that happen before. Might have been a virus. Anyways, I got a note here from Greenscape. I fixed the cutscene command and found viruses. That's probably why I got one too. A facility for the runaway story. And a window that's punchable and can fall off the bus in the bus. On the 13th, Greenscape redid the code for everything triggered by the cutscene to make it work properly and more efficiently. Hopefully finished the mini-boss's shockwave attack. Discovered that he also made the player actually teleport to the forest again if they die. On the 14th, Greenscape made the border for the boss fight area hella tall. Made a 2,000 stud long highway. On the 15th, Greenscape added the road, added the logic to update the boss bar. On the 16th, Greenscape extended the highway to 8191 studs because Dante said that's how long it should be. Shades temporarily deleted atmosphere to see how long the highway is. Holy moly. Shades made the boss shinier. Greenscape added logic to teleport the player to the highway area when the boss dies. On the 17th, Greenscape fixed the flood of errors that triggers whenever the player falls into the void. Failed to make the stage to boss fly. Found out that you can't use humanoid Movado on an NPC if it's in the air. Failed again. Implemented an incredibly janky and hacky fix that just barely works. On the 18th, Greenscape added part of the logic to transition from the boss fight to the highway. Added the logic to reset the highway if all the players die. Added the logic to make the highway infinitely long. On the 19th, Greenscape copied the school bus model to the highway and made it usable to turn into a drivable vehicle. Shades made road wider. On the 19th, Shades made an infinite highway generator. On the 21st street, Greenscape figured out why the hinges were glitching out. The bus was very heavy. Made the bus actually move. On the 22nd end, Shades added poster Easter egg because yes, added more ads. Greenscape made a very unreliable AI to drive the bus. Improved it a good bit. On the 23rd, Greenscape made it capable of getting to the end of the highway at 000 studs without crashing. Made it a whole lot more reliable. On the 24th, Daniel began the badge process. Pretty cool, right? On the 27th, Greenscape moved stuff in replica TED storage only used by the server into server storage. Finished or simplified all of the cutscene logic. On the 3rd, Greenscape finished the watch live button for the place we are working on. On the 4th, I finished the map for the place, added a dev area, cleaned up credits, removed some teleports, made inside of a classic house, added mountains, added a new NPC secret until the place opens, added swings with secret features. On the 4th, I let a noob NPC ride the swing normally, but he can fall face first on the floor, which makes it really depressing. Greenscape made the camera work, found out about FreeCam and also broke it. On the 4th, Greenscape adjusted the camera a bunch but didn't seem to still work. On the 5th, Greenscape adjusted the camera more, still did not work. On the 7th, I found the solution to the issue. Galaxy made boss animations. Shade made to doors. Oh yeah, did I mention we have a server now? Link in video description. We gave the mini-boss a redesign. Shadowtint merged the tunnels into one. He also added a small rubber ducky.
Hello, cutie pie.
And a group photo, plus a font change in the bus. He also remade the statue. He remade the map of our project whilst I made a dono board and fixed the trains ski after months of abandonment. I also added the background music scene from the snippet earlier. Shadowtint remade a certain room, making it all stylish and office themed. Greenscape found whatever these are.
No, 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 no.
For the bus, we are working on phase 2 of the boss, still working on the boss and the environment. Spinning Hangout is out now in beta, and we can't wait to show what we have been working on for 0.1.0. We did host a dev not earlier today, and only one person joined. To thank them, here's some cheese.
Cheese.
We start off with some technical difficulties in the bus. I then updated some admin commands and added a dynamic skybox. Greenscape made the bus impossible to tip over by fully locking its orientation.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
He also made the boss automatically match the bus's speed. Discovered a few bugs he made himself. He then fixed one of them, which is just welding the boss to the player. I then redid Johnny's dialogue. I also made this and posted it on our YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram to tease the trailer. Check our P donates rand for any donations. Seems to be no donations today. Check back in. I don't even know what the hell is going on anymore. I fixed some issues with the ragdoll button, made trailer, scheduled events, and premieres. If you want to, you can watch our trailer and soundtrack on our channel now. Greenscape found this on the Hangout. I then added a loading screen, and Greenscape made a script for it to auto-enable when spawned. I added some loading screen messages, and there's a competition for best loading screen messages. Join the Discord to enter. Greenscape then fixed around half of those errors. In the other half, I then added a highly advanced donation board, and then scheduled the trailer for both TikTok and Insta with the respective soundtrack. I also edited the titles of Devlog X and 11 to say spinning devs as it was much more than story spinner. Then I made the loading screen work on mobile and did Red Noob's dialogue. And I added the loading screen to story spinner. Also Greenscape made a sort of working version of a purchase key for story spinner but didn't add purchase cost yet.
Bruh.
Greenscape then added the logic for checking the cost against how many tokens the player has. He then realized the Bloxy Cola had infinity uses. He then finished the entire currency system, apart from a purchase history. I then gave it a bit of a glow up, and added a little goober called Ro. I also optimized donation videos to release at random times during the morning. Greenscape then fixed alignment issues in the purchase key. I then redid the purchase color. I added some emotes to the Hangout. They are in-game, but won't be revealed until we reach a few updates. Try and guess. I added our logo to the loading screen and changed the color of the text. Greenscape made stamina in the Hangout infinite. I added version numbers to loading screen and rearranged it.
And now, last minute changes. Added floating frame to Dono Ball. Noticed ragdoll on swings was too powerful, so I made borders longer. Updated title. Updated description. Added gravity coil. Published the game.
And that's it. Oh wait, there's more. Update 0.0. to added VIP servers and updated description. Update 0.0.3 changed portal color and transparency. Greenscape saw this pop up in Story Spinner. For 0.1.0, I made the dynamic skybox faster and added a special feedback system and added a flashlight. Update 0.0. for added Danielle Deckel to credits in the Hangout. For update 0.1.0, I made the text chat italic. Oh goodness, I think this devlog is so long I forgot to top the electricity bill meter. Now we don't have a background. Oh well, and also change the feedback button position. I guess I can show a time lapse of me making a basic draft of an update log for 0.1.0. I added a bouncy effect and FX to it. Its text is not stable though. I should probably go back to being a media manager before this reaches 15 minutes, because this video length is what happens when I work. Back to normal. We are still on the first part, by the way. Shades did a big brain move by welding the duck in the lobby to a new NPC. Deleted the noob NPC's face, made him transparent, added a player-only script to the thin layer of water above water, which makes the player able to not look through the part and able to swim, while NPS will just stay at the top layer, and put the NPC duck in the pond. Shades reorganized the credits and added a guy for 0.6. 10 minutes in, WHAT is happening. We released 0.0.1. in the last month. I'll read a full changelog here. Made day and night functions faster. Added a feedback system. Added flashlights automatically in inventory for free. Made text chat italic. Made update log. Added name tags. Added street lights. We for sure have way more. In 0.0 up our sleeves. But before, leets, I may say our teeny updates. In update 0.1.1, I improved the July 24th badge and improved feedback connections, making them almost instant instead of a few minutes. In update 0.1.2, I fixed some bugs with name tags and made lights dimmer.
Alright, it's leak time.
Me and Shade added missing posters for Bob. You can find out more about him in the Hangout or on episode 1 of our horror series. I had then made the update log work with bounce effects after 3 long days. I made the basic design for the name tags, improved it, then again. I then added dialogue to Thespiningos, and did the role icon for supporter. I added streetlights right after. Daniel and Green then made them functional. After that, I made the in-game update log, and published.
Kaboom!
Shade made Tima small. I added pianos, keyboards, and got so sleepy I typed what the hell this is. Daniel then made the time leaderboard. He also added strikeable radio towers and functioning redeemers. I added player outlines. I removed resetting in the Hangout. Green made the cutscene handler modular and reusable. I made some improvements to the yes. Shade made a spinning virus. It just makes everything spin. Green created a group API key for communication between the main game and the Hangout area. Green figured out how to use Roblox's messaging service Open Cloud API. I'm not sure if you know already, but the next update is a winter event. So I updated the skybox for winter. I then casually added back the oof noise.
I am just a chill guy who low-key don't care.
I then added this little goofy goober sold sign outside the coming soon house. I also added a partially completed and fully completed snowman. Green then removed the mince time value and the leader stats thing from the dev hangout. I then added some snow terrain. This update gonna be ready by Easter at this point. Oh yeah, also, we're working on a surprise for 200 subs, so make sure to sub. Green made it stop working and then fix itself somehow. Progress check. I can make requests to it and it works properly, but I haven't added proper exception handling to it for if Zempt goes wrong. I haven't made the module interface on the Roblox side for it to allow for easy use, and I haven't deployed it, so you can't use it yet. Green added proper error handling and regenerated the secret key because ChatGap said the text I hashed to make it was weak or easy to guess. Daniel made the room video player work again. Daniel also made it possible to turn off music. I then added a settings button in top bar. I also changed swing materials. Daniel also made a safe zone in the bus's forest. Daniel also made it so the monster can no longer get stuck underground. Green finally cracked the HS256 code metaphor and made his implementation fully work. Green replaced the existing Jute encryption with AES encryption. I changed the chat fonts. I added the old Roblox logo to the house. As some deco, Green found out that finding an AES library for Luau is a lot harder than I thought by a massive long shot. Galaxy found out the TV was sticking out a bit, so she scaled it down. She then did the most work she has ever done at one time for zero reason. She changed Present Spinner's name to Spinning Present. She put snow on the base plate. She put snow on houses. She put snow on big houses. She put snow on road. She put snow on towers, towers outside the border, and houses outside the border. She realized the missing poster here is floating. She gave Red Noob a redesign. She redesigned Sweater Noob. She added fan art and remade the picture frame and label. Green fixed the toggle NPC and day or night settings. Added the forward request endpoint to it. Shade remade the lamp and made a sofa. He also finished the Noob Constructionator. He also made a maybe working digital clock. He also added Mona Lisa. He then realized Daniel's Atom is the old custom one. He then found out the lights don't work. I added a little evil rock. I made the stand bigger to see dialogue. I added a new vending machine. Shade made progress on a vending machine not finished. Touch. Shade made Noob Cola Daniel is proud. Shade made Noob Cola vending machine Daniel is prouder. Shade made shading for block for silly block. Shade moved silly block and remastered it. Shade made light change colors depending on whether or not it's turned on. If it's off, it's gray. When it's on, it's yellow. Shade realized everyone's dialogue disappeared except for Sweater Noob. Shade made Noobville Mini Pro Max, then retextured the sofa. Welcome back in. This subtitle feels old now. I want to change it. Welcome back in. I felt like making the font cleaner, so I did. Now, these will only be a line tall. Anyways, time for submissions. Also tell me if you want a rounded rectangle like this in the comments. This will be short, as we have been waiting on Daniel to finish the event. I added player joined and left messages. Shade changed the snow particles, so they don't spawn in houses anymore. Greenscape also fixed the bugs. He also fixed a bug where you couldn't sprint on respawning. That's short. Honestly, it's because, first off, I have been working on 0.3.0. Development is a bit slow due to it being more demanding and other things in the group. But we do have some stuff to show for that. Shade started off with some environment improvements, but we couldn't find them, so I presume it was unsaved. Here's an example. Also, I am aware of any graphical issues. I have zero clue how to fix them. Anyways, I am currently doing a UI redesign. So far, I have done the health bar, added settings and updated the update log. This is what it looked at the time of the making. It is just barely functional so far. Okay, I think it's time to bring out the big guns. We are working on a release-ready version of the Hangout 1.0. We plan this to be called a rewrite of sort. Why? Well, in this footage, I am making a whole new map. So far, we have only done the preliminary map, all designed by me. The footage you are about to see is me just doing the spawn. I started off with a basic spawn. Just a quick disclaimer, I do use free models, but I usually check every now and again for viruses through playlists. I also use ChatGap sometimes for layout inspiration. 45 minutes in, this is the result so far. Let's do some more. For the bus, Greenscape saw the bus start moving at less than 0.01 studs per second. For the third damn time, Shades made the buildings, not buildings, cause they're already built and welded them together. Here's some footage. I also think it's a good time for me to announce a new game for 150 subs. Spinning Tower Defense. We have the technology for raid in the first map. This will be slow but great. Green also made the room generation script. Delete old rooms and make new ones. He got C++ up and running with Visual Studio. And then failed to make the boss throw stuff. Daniel made progress on the computer, like startup animations, hover icons and name tag switching. With this, the supporter role will not be equipped on joining the group. You will now have to equip it in the computer. Greenscape then made damage scripts for things the boss throws, but then realized the towers and water towers don't hit the player. However, he then quickly fixed and finished it. He also crashed Studio in 3 seconds twice. With this code, he was also able to make the bazooka. He then made a very basic CleOS with C and Cosmos. Dantu was able to get VC on Thespiningdovs. Greenscape found a C library that makes it a whole lot easier to parse exe files. I want to show you how we went through clearing bugs like bazookas for once, in the style of a beluga video. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Spinning Devs devlog. Today, we're super excited to share with you all the new features and updates we've been working on. It's been a while since our last devlog, and we've got a ton of stuff to catch you up on. First up, we want to talk about the new sniper rifle that we've been working on. We think you're all going to love it. It's got a really cool scope and some awesome animations that make it feel really realistic when you're using it. We've also added some new sound effects and particle effects that make it feel even more immersive. We've also been working on some new levels and game modes that we think will really challenge you and keep you entertained. We've got a new level set in a desert environment that's got some really cool terrain and some awesome hiding spots for you to sneak up on your enemies. We've also got a new game mode called Capture the Flag, where you have to work together with your team to capture the enemy's flag and bring it back to your base. Flumpla nukes are also sure what they do yet, but they look really cute, and we're sure you'll love them anyway. Back to the updates, we've made some big improvements to the game's performance and optimization, and give you buffs run smoother and faster than ever before. We've optimized the game for lower-end hardware so more players can join in on the fun, and we've also fixed some bugs that were causing the game to crash or freeze up. We're also excited to announce that we're working on a new update that will add even more features and game modes to the game. We can't reveal too much just yet, but let's just say that it's going to be a game changer. We're thinking about adding some new vehicles and maybe even some mechs or robots that you can pilot around the map. Lorbles will also be game items, we're not really sure what they're for yet. But we're sure you'll figure out want to thank all of our players for their continued support and feedback. It's because of you that we're able to make the game better and better with each update. We're always listening to your suggestions and ideas, and we're doing our best to implement them into the game. Floggle Wuggle and Wom is also a thing now. We're not really sure what it does, but it sounds cool. So we're adding it to the game. Floggle Wuggle and Wom is also a thing now. We're not really sure what it does, but it sounds cool. Also working on a new item called the Floggle Wuggle 111 that will give you a special power to defeat the Glorbals. We want to thank all of our players again for their continued support and feedback. It's because of you that we're able to make the game better and better with each update, and we're grateful for your flumplanookiness and glorblessitude. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next devlog. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates and behind the scenes and sound effects for them. We think they're going to be really cute, and we're sure you'll love them. Glorbals are also being used to purchase in-game items, and we're thinking about adding some new items to the store that you can buy with Glorbals. We want to thank all of our players again for their continued support and feedback. It's because of you that we're able to make the game better and better with each update. Floggle Wuggle Wom is still a thing, and we're not really sure what it does, but it sounds cool. So we're keeping it in the game. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next devlog. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates and behind the scenes content. And if you have any suggestions or ideas for the game, be sure to let us know in the comments below. Whoa, and one more thing, we're going to be doing a live stream soon where we'll be playing the game and answering your questions, so be sure to tune in for that. We're also working on a new update that will add some new features and game modes to the game. We can't reveal too much just yet, but let's just say that it's going to be big. The Noob Squad is still a thing, and we're not really sure what it does, but it sounds cool. So we're adding it to the game. Floggle Wuggle Wom is still a thing, and we're not really sure what it does, but it sounds cool. So we're keeping it in the game, and we're also working on a new animation for the Flumplanooks that will make them look even more adorable and Flumplanookish.
Even though it looks like a burnt chicken nugget, I still love it.
If you remember from last time, Greenscape went through a whole wreckage of errors just for a bazooka tool. Well, I am happy to say he has finally made the bazooka, Bazoo. He also moved the bazooka to server storage and made it automatically equipped, but then he fell off the bus with the bazooka, then saw it glitch out. He then made it so that you can use the bazooka to delete the force pushing the objects, so they don't hit you. We would also like to report that the bus is nearing completion. Future stories won't take this long. It was an issue of terrible planning and lack of support. Now, apart from winning, we need to add multiplayer dynamics. Speaking of winning, Greenscape also added logic for winning, but then he realized that the opening cutscene doesn't even teleport you, and then he realized that 1. You can't go out of first-person mode if you die on the highway. 2. In player, the bazooka doesn't bazook. Wait, now the bazooka sometimes bazooks.
What?
And then he saw true extent of how dumb Roblox logic is when dealing with animations. Here is a testimony from Greenscape.
What the actual hell is going on? It says the anims were made by Shade. It says the anim names are Snatchy Snatch, Phase 2, and Stomp. But using some code to insert them, Panther Dash, Hunter's Grasp failed, and Ultimate.
Turns out they are the right animations with odd labels. Green then optimized the teleport logic between the portal zone and the stories. Shade made a minigun hand and Green made the forest monster retry targeting if it errors out. I also refreshed the UI. Greenscape tried to make the new buildings not spin failed, but then realized that he forgot to anchor everything and make the primera parts the only non-massless parts. Chat, the bazooka stopped bazooking again.
Much later.
Greenscape some key issues caused by the pixel values being replaced with percentages, which does not play well with different size screens. He also made a simple equip anim for the shotgun, and also that the player can trigger the cutscene by sitting in the bus. He also made the shotgun shoot.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
After, he made the shotgun fully work, made it work with the gun key for the handgun I toolboxed in. He also added a flash for when you fire the shotgun. Then he added logic to make the shotgun rotate with the player's arm. Greenscape then tried to mess with frames. Oh yeah, he also fixed that issue at the end of the video. He then made the Luger or revolver work, and messed with the shotgun's grip, then noticed that it stopped wanting to hit its target. He then discovered a bunch of issues with both the shotgun and the Luger. So, he fixed that. Why is Greenscape carrying so much today? He then found all this in the snipers, so he moved them to server storage. He also tried to make the sniper scope work, some improvements. He then adjusted the grip for all of them. Then he tried an overlay to the scope.
2,000 years later.
Greenscape made the sniper work.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
8 hours later.
We have now reached March 18th, aka John Doe Day. To celebrate, we updated the Hangout to 0.2.1, which is a preview of 0.3.0. Let me read the announcement here. We have added a computer to the Hangout. This was originally going to be part of 0.3.0, but we bundled it with this update. You can find a name tag switcher and a bunch of other things for the first time ever. Alongside this, you can find a mini secret somewhere in the game which gives you a limited edition tag. The event is still live alongside the winter event until 0.3.0's release, so play it. Meanwhile, Greenscape coded the bullet damage, clip size, reload time, time between shots, etc. Also, please subscribe to help us. We are a small development group and we need funding for advertising. Spreading this will help with that. Greenscape then discovered like 1 million bugs in the code for the guns. And there were 4 bugs discovered across the whole bus story. The forest monster disappears into thin air. The boss just teleports you to the highway somehow. And you can't cutscene after respawning. And it throws the stupidest error of all time. Frame is not a valid member of Kitsunigui when IT exists. Oh, also, you can't shoot the forest monster with a pistol. Wait, he forgot to make the SMG work properly.
Later, 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 later.
He then added logic to give the player tokens when they win. Updated the cost for the guns 50 for the SMG. Didn't fully merge the template into everything else. Then he fixed the safe zone script, simplified the respawn script, and fixed the cutscene script complaining that frame doesn't exist. And remembered that he needed to make animations for reloading and throwing. So, he took a break.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
He did the reloading animation too. He then discovered that the apples and time bombs disappeared. For me, I verified that the apple texture exists, but I can't verify the time bomb one. Yes, I tried reopening the place. No, the apples and time bombs still did not appear. I even went back to my oldest autosave. When the bus was still red and we were trying to make the power-ups work, they disappeared there as well. He also discovered that someone I did this before made the purchase menu with percentage sizes.
Those don't play well with smaller screens. How many times will you do this?
He also realized that the text in the token label keeps getting set to token count instead of token count tokens, even though no script he can find is doing that. And he made an actually good reloading animation. Now, after this Ramadan ended so he could stop carrying us whilst we all slowly died inside because of a lack of food, Greenscape made a squish hammer and crushed Johnny to the heavens. I returned from my break and improved the pizza place area Daniel made before Ramadan. I also added the feedback button from the Hangout to the lobby, and the gradient stamina and health bars from the bus. I added a little kid to the back of the pizza place, which complements his dad's pizza. After this, I looked back at the old dialogue system we have had since the game started using built-in dialogue bubbles. Me and Donta felt as if they were cheap and needed a refresh to work with newer game standards, which was why I redid the dialogue system using a model from Assertif. Here's an early video of it from 2 weeks ago. Later on, I put dialogue slightly higher to stop conflicting with any navigation stuff on iPhone, and fix typos in Johnny's dialogue. And Greenscape realized that you get softlocked if you try to purchase something from the starter shop while in first person on a non-touch screen. Then he realized the TD code is quite inefficient, so he optimized the code and added some basic health logic to the base. He then tried to make the boss's minigun bullets use body velocity objects instead of manual movement, which requires raycasting. On the good side, the apples and time bombs are bad. Oh, and he fixed the minigun bullets. Issue is their fire it is way too quick and can kill you instantly. The next thing you will see will single-handedly take 50 years off of your life cycle. Is this seriously how they get kids into the arcade nowadays? On other terms, I made dialogue using the new system for all NPCs, fixed bugs relating to moving ones not having prompts attached to them, and I redid Red Noob's bus dialogue. Then I did dialogue for all the NPCs in the bus too. Shade came back from his multi-month-long break and redid the TD map. He then made 3 temporary animated noob enemies. Then I added a loading screen to the bus. Shade disabled collisions between the NPC enemies. Now the faster ones can go in front without pushing the slower enemies. I was finally able to upload all current music to Roblox. Expect many visualizers soon for Story Spinner in the Hangout. Plus, the theme for Update 0.3.0. Guess which one it is?
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
I also realized I forgot to anchor one of the dialogue prompts, making interacting with the NPC impossible. Oh yeah, we have some new logos. New Story Spinner logo, removing the new Story Spinner icon. I also updated the thumbnails. Here's an icon for the bus. Shade then modeled a bunch of enemies for the TD game. And now, as the last addition for this mega devlog, I updated some teleports. Now, I shall show a time-lapse of dialogue to close this out. I would like to say sorry for being so inactive recently, but we are coming back in full force now.
What follows is a brief construction montage.
As a close-off, I would like to thank everyone for supporting us over the past year. I am so happy that we could get a teaser out today.
Here's donations. Remember that you can donate through Spinning, Hangout to support the devs, and through at Thespinningdevs to fund us. Tier V go to top 3 at Portaport at Teapot 3910. Tier for Frantic Spinner 1000 plus at Portaport at Teapot 3910. Tier 3 Ludicrous 1001000. Tier 2 Deluxe Spinner to 0100. At Mayflops at RileyPud 7 at Humor Farrago 0 for at Lockton Tassel to 5 for 1 at Thekelmepro 1 to 9 at Razmarov at Minemi 7337. Tier I Epic 20 at Dragonia LB at Uboy 3 for 5. At Lua 789 at Proyan at Elliot Pro 8999 at Schengel at Itsmikos 3 at Lopesglov 58 at Cookiedoge 5 for 5 VC.